The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Welcome back into Fred Rust Arena on a Saturday evening here on the campus of the University of Delaware. ACHA Women's Division II hockey on tap this evening as the Delaware Blue Hens return to home ice to kick off a two-game weekend set against the Huskies from Northeastern University. James Witherite joining you atop the stands at Fred Rust Arena from the 412 Communications press box in advance of this evening's first of two meetings between the 1-0-1 Northeastern Huskies and the Delaware Blue Hens, sitting 2-2-1 after a tough road in recent weeks, falling to Navy and then coming back winless from Lynchburg, Virginia after a two-game series against Liberty, which has quite literally decimated the Delaware ranks. Heading right into the Limestone Pension Associates line charts. Shaw Downing out with a concussion. Olivia Huddy out with an upper body injury. Julia Mike Janowski out with a lower body injury. Lena Murto out with an upper body injury. So 17 skaters dressing for Ken Deming's Blue Hens tonight, but a bright spot certainly in freshman Hope Menachilo, leading the starting trio of forwards. 4 goals, 4 assists in 4 games played. 2-point-a-game territory. Junior Isabel Camarada in her first season with the Blue Hens. Also a point-a-game forward with a goal and 4 helpers. Carly Marzano will complete the top line. Melanie Cartwright, the freshman from North Carolina, proving herself as a solid two-way player. Just 5 games in with 2 assists. She and Ella Herzog will handle starting defensive duties for the Blue Hens tonight, and it will be Kaylee McFadden between the pipes. She's 1-0-1 on the year with a 132 goals against average and a save percentage of .939. On the other side of the red line, Ryan Schneider's Northeastern Huskies will be backstopped by Caroline Davis, who's 1-0-1 on the year with an 0.96 goals against average and a .929 save percentage. Bridget Obey, Emily Paulus, and Emily McDonald, the starting trio of forwards. Obey, leading scorer on this Huskies team with 4 goals and 3 assists in just 2 games played. Emily Paulus with 2 and 2 so far. Captain Stella Knight and Avery Engel will get the start on defense. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. And it's all brought to you by our good friends at the law office of Heather A. Long. Schedule a free consultation by calling 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. The law office of Heather A. Long, specializing in personal injury, workers' compensation claims, slips and falls, etc. We'll be back in a few minutes for the starting lineups and opening introductions. We're live on the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Go time for Saturday night hockey as the Northeastern Huskies make their first appearance at Fred Rust Arena as long as we've been here on the Delaware Hockey Network. First of two games between the Huskies and Blue Hens is coming up, and we're going to head inside the glass for the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups. Hockey fans, good evening, and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association presents a women's Division II matchup between the visiting Huskies of Northeastern University and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet this evening's starting lineups. For the visiting Northeastern Huskies, coached by Ryan Schneider. Starting in goal from Brookline, Massachusetts, number 30, Caroline Davis. On defense, from Westwood, Massachusetts, number 12, Avery Engel. And from Wayzata, Minnesota, captain number 3, Stella Knight. At forward, from Newton, Massachusetts, number 11, Emily Paulus. At right wing, from Whitman, Massachusetts, number 22, Emily McDonald. And the starting center, from Avon, Connecticut, number 10, Bridget Aubert. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, a senior from Voorhees, New Jersey, number 31, Kaylee McFadden. On defense, a freshman from Camden, North Carolina, number 5, Melanie Cartwright. And a sophomore from Poughkeepsie, New York, number 15, Ella Herzog. Starting at right wing, a junior from Morristown, New Jersey, number 93, Izzy Camarada. At center, a junior from Westchester, Pennsylvania, number 17, Carly Marzano. And starting at left wing, a freshman from Clinton, New Jersey, number 48, Hope Menachilo. Your Blue Hens are coached by Ken Deming and Kendall Smythe. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are Madeline Weeks and Stephanie Beeman. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The stage is set for Saturday night hockey from Fred Rust Arena. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Hippity bippity boppity boo. However you want to frame it. One thing's for certain, it's go time. Or so we thought. It was go time. Our scoreboard display had a little bit of a hiccup, but it's back up and running now, so we should be good to go. For this Saturday night meeting between the white-clad Delaware Blue Hens, looking to improve on a 2-2-1 record, and the Northeastern University Huskies, who will be wearing their away black sweaters, red numbers on the back and sleeves. They'll move from right to left in opening period action, backstopped by Caroline Davis. 1-0-1 on the year with a .096 goals against average and a save percentage of .929 on the year. Kaylee McFadden, not that much farther behind. Also 1-0-1. Her save percentage .939, so a hair stronger, but a 1.32 goals against. Ready to go. And they're off. Camerata swats the puck from just beyond center, in behind the Northeastern goal, where it's recovered by Avery Engel. Lemberg swarms on Stella Knight on the far corner. Knight works the puck behind the cage. It's advanced by Engel to Paulus. Working through neutral territory, McDonald stonewalled at the blue line. Coming back the other way was Lemberg. She gains the center line before flipping the puck into the far corner of the Northeastern zone, and on to take her place is Carly Marzano. This is flipped out of a congested slot by Paulus and into the Northeastern bench. Just 34 seconds into the proceedings, and this will lead to a face-off to the right of netminder Caroline Davis. And Marzano on to take the draw, flanked by Menachilo and Camerata. Pearson steadies behind the Northeastern goal. Pressured by Menachilo, who knocks the puck out of Pearson's control, but it's recovered by Aaron Lonergan. Taken away by Marzano, her shot from distance. Caught and held by Davis for a pause in play, just 55 seconds in. And another attacking zone face-off awaits the Blue Hens, again on the far circle. This one continues to go Delaware's way. Hope Menachilo backhands the puck up the far boards, but this is stolen and now walked up ice by Clements. She gains the Delaware blue line. The cross-ice pass intended for Haley Kim comes back into neutral territory. The backhand of Abby Pearson throws this behind the Delaware cage where Marzano wins the race to the puck over Clements. So the Hens reset in their own zone. Perez to Camerata. Advancing pass through neutral territory. Leaves to Menachilo. She's got a one-on-one. A shot from 25 feet out right into the glove of Davis for a break in the action. 91 seconds into the opening period from Fred Rust Arena on this Saturday night. Liana Patrick from Upton, Massachusetts, sophomore marketing major and an avid golfer, we learned. In for the face-off. She's got 4 assists on the season. But here forced back on the defensive as working up the left wing boards is Olivia Toscano to regain the Delaware line. The centering pass from Hort led to a Kinley shot, which was wide of the near post. Coming back the other way, the Michigander, Evie Hill. Her shot from above the blue line was on target, stick neatly aside by Davis. Race for the rebound in the near corner. Hill at the center of a 2-a-side scrum. Hill pushes her way through traffic behind the cage, tries to bring this back out into the flat, lost control of the puck. Billett steps up to the half wall. She throws this into net front traffic. Lemberg could not chase down the rebound from the low slot. This is cleared by Kara Hort. Back up the left wing boards deep into Delaware territory, where Herzog is back to recover at the 2.5-minute mark of the first. CC Charles dipsy doodles through traffic. She tried to put one on a tee for Lemberg to no avail. Kate Schmidt recovering for Northeastern. Advancing pass found Thomas, but she was swarmed at the blue line. That said, she was able to get this ahead to Allison Kellner, whose shot was high off the back glass. Rebound contested on the near corner. Karam to the far side, where it's brought down by Bonfilio for the Hens. Cartwright swats the puck out of harm's way, patrolling the low slot. Charles bodied off the puck by Stella Knight at the far half wall, and holding the point for Northeastern was Kellner as we work our way through the 4th minute of a scoreless hockey game. Shots 3-0 in favor of Delaware to this juncture. Bonfilio could not find Lemberg on the breakout. Charles stick handles over the line, but she gets tied up just shy of center by Avery Engel, who turns this back into the Delaware end. Cartwright around the horn again, trying to find her D partner Bonfilio, but that pass was broken up by Obey. Here's Cartwright again. She lets this go up the right wing boards. Recovered and neutralized by Paulus for the Huskies. Fuchs recovers at center, turning momentum from left to right. She hustles off for a change. Pursuing is Menachilo. Engel steadies. Perez keeps the zone airtight at the right point for Delaware. Karam shot in behind the cage. Stick checked away from Menachilo, working below the net. Race on for a rolling puck into the Delaware zone. And Josie Billett hustles back into her own end to take the puck away from the path of Emily Paulus. 1/3 of that potent top line for Northeastern that's already accounted for 6 goals in just 2 games played to this point this season. We're 4.5 into the first period of a 0-0 hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. Paulus winds up from her own zone. She finds Lonergan on the breakout. Lonergan met by a quartet of Delaware defenders, including Evie Hill, who's dressing as a forward today, working on the Liana Patrick line along with Paige Luzon. With the ranks depleted and a couple forwards out, Murto, Huddy, and Janowski all out with injuries. Evie Hill having to step up into an offensive role. Natural transition for such a strong 200-foot player. Clements could not hold the point. Leonard throws the puck in from above the blue line, and the Huskies will change. Amelie Perez could not connect with Hill through traffic just above the Northeastern blue line, and bulldozing the other way, here comes Hort. She's steered to the far corner by the back, checking Ella Herzog. Another bobbled puck leads to play back in the neutral zone. And Leonard recovers for the Northeastern side. Cross-ice pass chased down by Abby Pearson, but she's double-teamed upon working into the bottom half of the zone. Pearson, centering pass, sailed beyond the reach of Kinley, who was waiting in the mid-slot for a clear shot on net. Charles could not get stick on puck, trying to work it clear of her own zone. Good support lent by Melanie Cartwright to drive play back as far as the Northeastern line. This thrown in by Thomas. Shot was wide. Herzog with time and space galore. Now the forechecking pressure comes on. Fuchs, the recipient of the breakout pass, mid-zone near side, faced resistance from Renee Limpus. And the Hens will have to work overtime to clear their zone. They generate a 3-on-1. Here's Lemberg, centering pass, high in the slot, bounces past the reach of Jules Fuchs. Taking it the other way is Kellner. Here's a 2-on-2 for the Huskies. Cross-ice feed to White, but the shot was botched from just inside the line. We're nearing the 7-minute mark of the first period. No score as yet from Fred Rust Arena. Kellner could not shovel the puck cleanly to Limpus waiting at the left point. This sails back the length of the ice. No icing. It was off a Northeastern stick the entire way. Stretch pass to Thomas. She tips the puck in behind the Delaware goal and hustles off for a change. Meanwhile, Amelie Perez starts the momentum again from left to right out of the Delaware end. Camerata, leading a 3-on-3, was bothered by Obey just above the line. So she plays the carom shot in behind the net. This rolls to the left half wall, leading to a Marzano shot, which was on target, but sticked away by Davis. Scrap for a loose puck behind the net. It was centered by Camerata. Stepping up, Marzano's backhand shot in the low slot was just off its intended line. Menachilo gives this away to Obey. Bridget Obey in the white helmet up the outside, now crosses to center. She leaves this to her left and Emily Paulus. Her shot bothered by Perez was off its intended line. Puck ends up in the far corner where it's contested and now controlled by Bonfilio. Advanced to Menachilo, taken away by the white helmet of Bridget Obey. Thrown in, another dump and change for the Huskies. Short shift so far for the visiting side as we pass the 8-minute mark of a scoreless hockey game in the first state. This is Clements up the middle. Into heavy traffic high in the zone, slowed up by the reaching stick of Billett in the high slot. Centering feed, taking aim from distance was Avery Engel, but the shot was blocked. And Hill clears some heat out of a hot kitchen, backhanding the puck about belt high, back as far as the Northeastern line. This is driven by Luzon in a neutral zone battle up the right wing boards and in behind the Northeastern goal. Pursuing is Patrick. Stella Knight changes direction. She runs into Luzon in the near corner, taking away her lane up the near wall to try to exit the zone. Patrick to Billett. Billett gives the puck away to Knight, but she keeps it in deep in the Northeastern end. Piecemeal changing of the guard for Delaware as we enter the 10th minute of a back and forth, pretty free-flowing first period. Kim gave way to a Herzog poke check but recovered the puck in the far corner. Stolen by Billett behind the cage, advanced to Lemberg, but Lemberg is swarmed by the forechecking Kate Kinley. So she leaves it instead to Herzog. Charles tied up in front of her own bench. Herzog joins the battle, a two-a-side scrum, pitchforking away, and coming away with the puck was Ella Herzog for Delaware. Billett turns it over behind her own goal. Centering pass on the doorstep was Toscano, but the puck never made it to her cleanly. Toscano trailing back to the blue line and holding the zone by a good 5 feet. Took aim from distance, but her shot was rather inaccurate. So it comes down to the near corner, and Jules Fuchs is able to connect with Lemberg on the breakout pass up the right wing boards after Northeastern spent plenty of time setting up shop in the Delaware zone, but they couldn't generate much more than a single shot on goal. This off the Cartwright stick was tipped up into the netting and out of play, and we've got a pause with 9 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the opening period from Fred Rust Arena. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. 9:37 to go in period number 1. This will be called back offside. Poor timing on the zone entry for the Blue Hens. Face-off will come just above the Northeastern blue line as the Huskies change up. Stephanie Beeman set to drop the puck between Obey and Marzano. Action resumes with the Huskies trying to break forward. McFadden freezes to take away the shot opportunity from McDonald. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Patrick at Obey. To the left of McFadden. And this is muscled up ice by Evie Hill. She's on her horse to win the race to the puck in the near corner to negate the icing. She tried to center to Patrick after beating 2 Northeastern back checkers there, but she gave it away in the slot. Odd woman rush coming up for Northeastern. Nope. Emily McDonald, sensing the strong Delaware back check catching up to her roundabout the blue line, opts to dump and change instead. Amelie Perez to Hill. Across ice, puck tipped by Paige Luzon just over the line. Thrown back in hard by Engel. This caroms around to the base of the Delaware bench area where Obey and Hill converge on the vulcanized rubber. This centered toward Obey, taken away by Patrick. Hill gains control briefly. She fails to clear. Lonergan recovers. Cross ice feed high in the zone to Avery Engel. Her shot right into the breadbasket of Kaylee McFadden, who holds on for the pause with 8:36 to go in first period action here on the 412, here on the Delaware Hockey Network, and we are delighted to have all of you along for the ride with us on this Saturday night. Two on one. Camerata. Shot was blocked from the right dot. Clement sweeps in to pick up the rebound. Taken away by Menachilo. Lonergan recovers. Leonard steers this behind her own goal, where waiting was Abby Pearson. Kim slowed up by Camerata crossing over to the right point. The breakout pass ultimately came from Sarah Leonard, advancing to Lonergan. Again, outnumbered upon reaching the Delaware blue line. She dumps the puck in behind the Hens goal. Then she hustles off for a changing of the guard. We have entered the 13th minute of the opening period. It is a scoreless hockey game. On the doorstep, Toscano, stonewalled by McFadden. Menachilo the other way together with Camerata. Through the slot, she tries to punch one in net front. Davis lost sight of the puck. This thrown in by Perez from distance after the initial save, but that secondary chance was wide of the far post. In comes Lemberg, swarmed by a pair of Northeastern defenders. Lemberg bodied off the puck behind the net. Charles takes it away. Her shot, the first one was wide, so was the second after getting her own rebound. CC Charles again. She kicks this high to Bonfilio at the left point. Back to Charles it goes, trying to cut in from the left half wall. Delayed penalty coming up. It will be against Northeastern. And for the first time tonight, the Blue Hens are headed to the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. Particulars to come. A hook signaled against Kate Kinley. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's commitment to health and wellness. For athletes of all ages and abilities, visit desportsmed.com. The Northeastern penalty was assessed to number 20, Kate Kinley. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes even in the first period. Kinley, 2 for hooking at 13 minutes. Hill, Charles, Marzano, Menachilo, and Patrick. The first Delaware power play wave. Menachilo supported by Marzano. Her shot from the dot. Plus about 10 feet right into the glove of Davis for a pause in action with 6:18 to go in the opening frame of a scoreless game to this point. But the Hens have a one-woman advantage for the next 78. Marzano in for the draw across from Lonergan. Top unit staying on for the Hens. Herzog to Marzano. Her shot was stick-checked up and away by Lonergan. Herzog crosses to the right point to maintain. Lemberg boxing out for net front position. This taken away by Kim and lofted up the left side all the way back behind the Delaware goal. Kim offering forechecking heat on the tandem of Herzog and Marzano. She directs the puck toward the Delaware net, where McFadden freezes for the pause with 5:51 to go in the first period. And a scoreless hockey game before us. Face-off will come to the right of Kaylee McFadden, who stopped all 4 shots she's seen. Top power play unit's been on for 69 seconds from the time of that face-off. And they remain on to work out of the defensive zone. 2-on-2, Charles, surrounded by a trio of Huskies catching up to her. Gave the puck away. It was pushed back into the neutral zone. Delaware trying to regroup and neutral ice, and Hope Menachilo flips this up the left wing boards. It goes into the bench area of the Huskies with 5.5 to go in the first period. So we're left with another neutral zone draw. With 26 seconds left on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play, Hens have yet to generate a shot with the one-woman advantage. Fuchs, Patrick, Camarada, Hill, and Perez, the second power play unit, as we tick down to the final 20. Evie Hill flips this off her backhand. It ricochets off the near wall. Camarada pile drives her way to center, but can't get the puck the rest of the way. It comes back to Perez from center. She walks in up the middle, in over the line. To Fuchs. She tries to drop it back to Perez, but the puck was taken away briefly by Paulus. In comes Hill from the dot, throwing a wobbling puck through the slot. Chased down by Camarada, but she's met by Stella Knight. Knight stick handles free from Camarada. Fuchs keeps the pressure on as we enter the final 5 minutes of the first period. A scoreless hockey game and a solid kill from Northeastern's PK unit as they go unscathed through the 2 minutes of shorthanded play. What catches them, though, is an icing with 4:44 to go in the opening period. So the turkey back on the table for the Blue Hens. A shot from distance came from Cartwright into a congested slot, and this is taken away by Kinley the other direction. Kinley steered to the far wall by Lemberg, and neutral ice could not cleanly gain the zone. Here's Clements walking in. Cartwright stays with her. Herzog clogs up the slot, puck sails through it, and C.C. Charles recovers as we work our way now to the final 4 minutes and 12 seconds of the first. Clements to Kim the other direction. 2-on-3 for Northeastern. Kim steered to the far wall by the reaching stick of Melanie Cartwright. Was forced to play the puck below the goal, but it's now on the stick of Lemberg in the near corner. Stolen from her by Lonergan. Lonergan tries to wrap around. Heavy net front traffic, denying her a clean chance at net. And C.C. Charles works to gain the red line before flipping the puck the rest of the way up ice. And Delaware will change as we come to the final 3.5. Scoreless first period from Fred Rust Arena. Marzano wrists the puck into the near corner of the Northeastern end. Camarada converged with Toscano. And holding the left point for Delaware before being knocked off balance was Bonfilio. This comes back to Perez. Deep in the Delaware end, stretch pass up the right to Camerata. Touch pass leads to the zone entry from Carly Marzano, but double teamed to the high slot. She gave way to Limpus. This is Pearson working below her own goal. Pressure came from Marzano, trailing to the far side. That led to a turnover, at least what we thought was a turnover, as Camerata got stick on puck. She had possession. She could not gain control. Stretch pass the other way. Off the stick of Schmidt. Intercepted by Perez. 2:42 to go in the first period. 0-0 the score from Fred Rust Arena. Battle continues in the near corner. Puck muscled free by Menachilo. Holding the right point is Camerata. Kellner recovers for the Huskies. She clears her own zone, but Patrick, oh my. Patrick just pummeled by Kellner. And we've got another. The question now becomes the severity. Liana Patrick just got bodied into the boards hard at center. And we'll see what happens here. What does Madeline Weeks have on it? Minor for body checking, it looks like. And it will be another Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens. DESportsmed.com, the place to go. Marzano controlling the draw. Marzano again from Charles. She tried to get one on net for Patrick to tap in from right on the doorstep, but no, it didn't connect. The Northeastern penalty was assessed to number 17, Allison Kellner. 2 minutes for body checking. Time of the penalty, 17 minutes, 58 seconds in the first period. Kellner, 2 for body checking at 17:58. Hens could not clear off the D-zone draw. Leonard over the center logo throws this back behind the Delaware cage. Hill to Menachilo, swarm to the high slot. Menachilo throws this off the near boards, ahead to Lemberg, who accelerates up ice back into the Northeastern end as we come to the final 80 of the first period. Marzano to Lemberg in the far corner. Skip pass to Hill, winding up, slap shot. Caught off the skate of Paulus. Hill chases down her own rebound in the near corner. She tried to set up Menachilo in the low slot, but she could not find her on the centering pass. Marzano holds the point and the zone for Delaware. Hope Menachilo looking for her 5th goal of the year. Here's Charles with a backhand on the doorstep, but Davis comes up with the save. The chances starting to materialize for Delaware. 51 seconds left on their second Delaware Sports Medicine power play. And the face-off coming to the left of Caroline Davis, who has stopped all 8 Delaware shots to this point. Herzog holding the right point off the face-off win. Advancing pass on the one-timer from Lemberg was wide. Final 40. Herzog again. Gives it away to White. White could not clear. Herzog protects the right point again for the Hens. Cross ice feed. Marzano opens fire from 45, but that shot was off target. Patrick down to the final 22 of the period. Around the horn from Herzog. This goes to Marzano. To the far corner and Lemberg. Give and go, and the shot from Carly Marzano. Broken up by a trio of Northeastern backcheckers. Lonergan clears down to the final 5 seconds of the first period. Ella Herzog's going to let time tick away, and the teams will retreat to their dressing room with no score through 20 minutes. At the end of the first period, there is no score between Delaware and Northeastern. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission, and it's all brought to you by Heather Ray.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network, where we rejoin action between the Delaware Blue Hens ACHA Women's Division II squad and the Northeastern University Huskies after a scoreless first period. Kaylee McFadden with 6 saves, Caroline Davis with 8 saves, and the Blue Hens 0 for 2 on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play in opening period action, but momentum certainly trending in their favor as the period went on. Face-offs even 8-8 through the first 20 minutes, but breaking it down, Carly Marzano 7 for 8 in the face-off circle in opening period action. Second period begins with Northeastern working from left to right in their away black kits, red numbers on the back and sleeves, and the Husky logo on the front of the sweater. Delaware moving right to left in their home whites for those of you just joining us here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Stella Knight muscles the puck past Herzog. They race it down to the near corner of the Delaware zone. Herzog getting some support behind the cage from Riley Lemberg, who stretches this ahead to Charles. CC Charles into a 1-on-2. Tries to change direction to gain time and space. She puts on the brakes at the far half wall. This was thrown in by Lemberg from distance, but into net front congestion and taken away by Engel. Engel, met by a pair of Delaware backcheckers just above the blue line, flips the puck behind the Delaware goal and hustles off for a changing of the guard. Of course, the long change in the second period requires a little bit more of a tactical approach to player substitution. And this is steadied by Caroline Davis for a pause and play. 57 seconds into the second. Hens setting up an attacking zone faceoff. They'll take the opportunity to get some fresh legs on. And Elizabeth Clements will be met in the face-off circle by Carly Marzano, the queen of the draws tonight for Delaware. Perez back to center, recovers, advances the puck to Marzano, who throws it in behind the Northeastern goal. It's recovered by Menachilo after Leonard flubbed the break out the other direction. Camerata near corner. Surrounded by black and red sweaters, gives way to Clements. This a 2-on-2, now a 3-on-2. Clements long shot, lofted about crossbar high and wide near side. This picked up by Camerata, thrown behind the net, recovered by Clements. Clements, centering pass from behind. The shot was off the post, and it was off the stick of Haley Kim. Race back to a loose puck in the near corner of the Northeastern zone. Saw Abby Pearson get there a half step quicker than Hope Menachilo. This tied up behind the net. Camerata turning on the heat on Pearson, who caroms us up the right side. Billett recovers the shot from Camerata after the centering feed was off target. Paige Luzon out-battled for the puck just above the corner board's far side. This bounces off the near wall. Up mid-zone, where Billett pursues for Delaware. She walks into the dot. Shot from just inside the left dot. Missed the near corner by about a foot. Herzog holds the right point in front of her own bench. She throws this off the backboards to Lemberg. Billett steps up to the corner to maintain momentum for the Hens. Again depleted. Shaw Downing out with a concussion. Huddy's out with an upper body injury. Janowski's out with a lower body injury. And Murto is out with an upper body injury as well. So two typical components of Delaware's prime scoring line out of commission for the time being. We're expecting to see Lena Murto back in the lineup next week. Here's Hill. Shot from distance. She split the wickets from inside the line, but a stick save from Davis keeps this game scoreless as we pass the 3-minute mark of the second. Charles lost her footing, battling for position and possession. She had help from Fuchs. Here's Charles off the give and go in the neutral zone, 1-on-1. The shot caught and held by Davis for the pause. We'll see it again on the 4-1-2 communications replay. Strong effort from CC Charles to try to power her way through traffic, but just enough resistance, enabling Caroline Davis to have a savable shot thrown her way. Cartwright lobs the puck into traffic. Fuchs stood up in the mid slot. By Toscano, couldn't get one through. Cartwright gives this away to Olympus. Turned the other direction by Rosenthal, over-skated by Fuchs, pushed by Limpus up the right wing boards. Melanie Cartwright just holding for Delaware. She's got help from Marzano walking the line. This dish to Sophia Rosenthal. Her shot from the top of the left circle. Batted up and away by Caroline Davis. She's got a baker's dozen in the save department so far tonight. 4:10 into period number 2. Scoreless from Fred Rust Arena, and Kate Kinley tried to work her way up the right wing boards, but she was stripped of the puck by Marzano at center. Advancing pass off the right wing boards into the direction of Jules Fuchs. She tips it in to the far corner of the Northeastern zone, and the Hens get some fresh legs on. This is cleared, recovered by Perez at center. Across to Billett, who tries to muscle her way beyond the reach of Kate Kinley at center. Puck is tied up just above the line. At the center of the pack now is Hope Menachilo, trying to muscle this puck free. Marzano pitchforking away as well as the battle migrates to center. Protracted battle for the puck at center. Billett trying to push the scrum forward. This is still tied up. Right in front of us as we come to the 5-minute mark of the second period, and now play is whistled to a halt. That went about 15 seconds, friends. And we'll restart with a center ice draw. Kellner's shot from distance, wide, covered by McFadden. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont. Open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch. Or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. I guarantee you'll be the first star of your next gathering. Charles intercepts the centering pass intended for Schmidt. Schmidt recovers, but she's into a 1-on-3. She tried to skate through heavy net front traffic. Ultimately, she gives way. This puck is tied up in the near corner. Cartwright getting some help from Charles, and this is worked clear to Lemberg. Recovered at the blue line by Engel for Northeastern. She gains red for the dump and change. Nope, she didn't. Stephanie Beeman says this is an icing. So 6 minutes minus a couple ticks into period number 2. The Hens will get themselves an attacking zone faceoff. Of course, according to the NCAA rulebook, offending team cannot change on an icing, but the Hens take the advantage to get some fresh legs on. Bonfilio to the near corner and Luzon. She is double-teamed, puck taken away by Lauren Thomas. Thrown across ice in the neutral zone to Paulus, who's met just inside the Delaware line by Amelie Perez. She forces the turnover. Lemberg gives it away below the cage. Thomas turns it over to Hill, who clears the zone. Luzon astride center red. Flips this into the near corner of the Northeastern end. Sarah Leonard recovers. Hill swarms her. Luzon on the doorstep. That shot was wide. Despite it being played by Caroline Davis, statistician Eli Swope rules that that was not on its intended target. Eli, also our production assistant here on the 412 at Fred Rust Arena. Our videographer tonight is Grace Matone. We are 7 minutes into the second period. Still no score. As you see in the upper left-hand corner of your TV, between Northeastern and Delaware in their first of 2 meetings this weekend. We'll do it all again tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Pacific, as part of a Sunday DHN doubleheader, which will be led by the Men's Division II Blue Hens, bringing a 4-game heater back to Fred Rust Arena. They beat Millersville again today, this time by a 1-0 score. They'll take on Stevenson tomorrow, and that'll be up at 3:15 Eastern, 12:15 Pacific. Lonergan, cross slot pass deflected and covered by McFadden. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important. And Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. 12-12 to go in the second period of a 0-0 game. Haley Kim stripped of the puck. Charles bulldozes up the middle, drop pass after gaining the zone to Menachilo, but she's pickpocketed the other way by White. Advancing pass up the near boards over the reach of Lonergan, recovered by Herzog. Her stick lifted in the near corner. Billett swarms to offer support and regain the puck for the Delaware side. Charles up the middle, exiting her own zone. Breakout pass to Camerata, setting up a 2-on-2 zone entry for the Hens. Camerata chips this beyond the reach of Hort. Race for the puck behind the net goes the way of Camerata, but only just. Now Menachilo working to get back into the flat area to get a shot away, but she's stood up by bodily pressure from White. After the offensive zone turnover, this is advanced by Clements in behind the Delaware goal. Huskies change, 11:15 to go in the second period. No score from Fred Rust Arena. Botched pass from Hort, trying to find Kinley. No dice there. Limpus throws this up the right wing boards. She could not cleanly connect with Kate Kinley. She found resistance in the form of Lemberg in the near corner, enough to force the turnover, but Fuchs fails to clear. Lemberg takes this off the stick of Kara Hort and walks her way back into the Northeastern zone, but she's met by a trio of Husky defenders. Lemberg looking for space. She throws the puck in desperation toward the cage. It's taken away by Toscano, but not cleared. Cartwright and Stella Knight battling for the vulcanized rubber. Knight connects with Kinley. Kinley in a 1-on-3 the other way. Finds the back of the Delaware net. The Huskies take the early lead. And here it comes again on the 4-1-2 communications replay. Kate Kinley with her first of the season. Nine minutes, 43 seconds. Into the second period. And they're looking for another. This thrown net front by Schmidt to no avail. Northeastern goal, her first of the season, scored by number 20, Kate Kinley. Assisted by number 3, Stella Knight. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 43 seconds in the second period. Kinley's first from Knight at 9:43. Second half of the game is upon us. Kinley opened fire from 35 feet to go top corner on McFadden. And put the Huskies in front. Looking to maintain that momentum, taking aim from distance was Paulus. McFadden with the save here, and a scramble for the rebound ultimately goes Delaware's way. Fuchs to Hill, she's got a one-on-one. Evie Hill looking for the equalizer. Bobbled the puck at the top of the right circle, and she gave way to Kim. Karam's shot leads to Lauren Thomas on the breakout, but the pass did not connect to McDonald. McDonald chases down the puck. In the near corner, she lost the angle she'd wanted, so she throws the puck into the slot, but through a sea of white sweaters, I should say. This comes back into neutral ice, and this will be whistled offside. 8:26 to go in period number 2. Northeastern with a 1-0 lead over Delaware. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So, how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and its clientele, between your team and your fans. Broadcast to social, print to digital, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. East Coast, West Coast, and everywhere in between. Yep, East Lansing too. Let's talk about how to get you noticed. Visit us at 412communications.com today. Menachilo, double-teamed to Herzog across the line. Cartwright with time and space. She lobs the puck in from the top of the left circle, but she was wide of the far post by a country mile. Here's Menachilo looking for a lane. She shovels the puck toward the cage. It was blocked by Pearson. Camerata could not set up Cartwright cleanly at the point. This sails back the length of the ice. Herzog on her horse gets to the puck in time, but she's met by the forechecking resistance of Bridget Obey. Charles could not clear. Yep, she did. Looked as though Abby Pearson was going to hold the right point for Northeastern and set up shop in the Delaware zone, but the puck trickled through back as far as the Huskies' blue line. Rapid-fire re-entry led to a Danny White shot, which was off its target. Opposite point held by the backhand of Renee Limpus in front of her own bench. Working through traffic net front, Erin Lonergan could not get a shot away. This thrown in from the far corner, and Obey again. Net front feed to Kim, and a shot covered up by Kaylee McFadden brings us to a pause in the action with 6 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the second period. Northeastern controlling the second period pretty well, punctuated by Kinley's first goal of the year. And that's the only goal of the game with 33 minutes in the books. Good puck movement through the neutral zone from the Hens. It was Bonfilio to Fuchs to Hill. Back to Bonfilio, crashing the net it came. She got stick on puck, but she did not at all have the angle on the redirect. White could not clear. Lemberg, trailing back to the blue line, held the zone, but nobody in position from there to generate a more concerted attack. Delaware scrambling a bit at this point. The first period, their attacks were cleaner, but they just weren't getting past Davis. Here, a little helter-skelter, slowing down a little bit, generating time and space, and looking for the clean tape-to-tape pass, crisp puck movement, and generating quality chances above quantity is going to be key if they're going to get back into this game. Hill could not protect the center point. Bonfilio to Lemberg. Again, thrown in from over the blue line, and the foot race goes the way of the Minnesotan Stella Knight. This is cleared back to center. Herzog under duress from Toscano. Leaves this to her D partner, Melanie Cartwright. Up the middle, this goes to Camerata, bobbled over the center logo. And after she chased down the puck above the line, Toscano had time to react and take it away from her, still in neutral ice. Kinley, the goal scorer, carries this up the right wing boards. She's met in the corner by Marzano, who ties up the puck as we come to the final 5:15 of the second. This centered, bounced off the stick of Cartwright beyond the reach of Thomas, who is trying to battle her for low slot position. Camerata, body down in the neutral zone, stayed with the puck. This thrown in and covered by Davis for a pause with 4:59 to go in the second period. The Northeastern University Huskies with a 1-0 lead and a face-off to the left of their netminder, who has stopped 13 of 13 shots to this point in the game. Thomas and Marzano. Weeks drops the puck and off we go. A quick shot off the draw. And a quick save from Davis again. Deja vu in the far circle as Marzano again meets Thomas. Backhand shot from Marzano. was on target. Davis with the save. Trying to put in the rebound was Camerata, but she was pushed higher in the slot. Again by Lauren Thomas. Kellner rifles the puck off the near boards, clear back to center. Bonfilio couldn't walk it in up the left side. She was stonewalled by the waiting Kate Schmidt. Shot from Kellner denied by McFadden as we come to the final 4:12 of the second period. 1-0. Northeastern with the lead over Delaware. They'll meet again tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern from Fred Rust Arena. Dump and change for the Hens to get some fresh legs on. And turning the other way, Olympus advances this puck up the right wing boards to Thomas. Left back for Olympus at center. She didn't have the center line, so this is going to come back and icing. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these ladies or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. 3.5 to go in the second. Northeastern 1, Delaware 0. Here's Lemberg trying to run the gauntlet behind the net, but she gets tied up by a pair of white helmets. Those were Danny White and Bridget Obey. The tandem of defenders deep in Northeastern territory. Obey steals the puck from Charles after she tried to generate a chance from the high slot. She couldn't work coast to coast. Puck was taken away by Ella Herzog. This thrown in by Billett from just over the line after Charles got tied up by McDonald right at the blue line. Antepenultimate minute of the second is upon us now. And here again is Bridget Obey, leading scorer for the Huskies with 4 goals and 3 assists in just 2 games played. Luzon plays the body on Engel in front of the Northeastern bench. She forces the turnover. And this is swatted by Cartwright behind her own goal up the near side, but beyond the reach of Hill. Knight drives the puck deep into the Delaware end again. Marzano rings it to the far corner. Were unable to clear was Luzon. Cartwright, with time and space this time, does find Paige Luzon up the right wing boards, but after gaining center, Clements took the puck away and set up a 2-on-2 counterattack for Northeastern. The Lonergan shot was off its intended line. Follow-up is in. So Northeastern gets a second. And we'll watch this materialize again on the 4-1-2 instant replay. Haley Kim, the goal scorer, getting her first of the year. So the mountain for the Hens, a little bit tougher to climb now. Northeastern goal, her first of the season, scored by number 18, Haley Kim. Assisted by number 19, Elizabeth Clements, and number 14, Erin Lonergan. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 58 seconds in the second period. Kim, her first, from Clements and Lonergan at 17:58. 80 to go in the second. The Delaware fans want to call. Fuchs reels in a loose puck. She leaves this to Bonfilio, advancing pass in the slot. Menachilo camping out net front, could not direct it past Davis on the welcome mat. Here's Lemberg. Kicked high again to Bonfilio. We've entered the final minute of play. The Lemberg one-timer. Glanced off the pads of Davis and over to the far side This is cleared, and Perez recovers in neutral ice. Zone loss. This is offside. 45 seconds to go in second period action. Both teams will change for what will likely be the last shift of this middle frame. Marzano and Thomas on for the neutral zone draw. It goes Thomas's way. Here's Kellner up the right wing boards. Steered behind the net by the back-checking Evie Hill. She turns at the right dot, but her shot was off target. Schmidt throws this toward the net. It comes to the near side. Camerata off her backhand could not push this clear. She gets support from Cartwright. Up it goes to Hill. 2-on-2 for the Hens. Zone entries clean this time. We're down to the final 12 seconds. Time ticking away in the closing stages of the second period. Camerata's stick lifted. Puck taken away by White. Holding the point is Cartwright for Delaware, but this is muscled up the right wing boards and out by Schmidt. And the horn sounds before Marzano can generate a last-ditch effort to get one on. At the end of two periods, the score, Northeastern Huskies 2, Delaware Blue Hens 0. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the second intermission.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. 40 minutes in the books. Whew. Didn't see that coming. And Northeastern's bounced out to a 2-0 lead over Delaware, and here is how they got there. 9:43 into the second period, D-zone turnover. Stella Knight found Catherine Kinley, who went coast to coast in top corner. And then with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go, a shot from Haley Kim. Off a centering pass from Elizabeth Clements. Made this a 2-0 hockey game. Hens with 0 A-grade chances in the second period. A little helter-skelter. They've got to slow down and try to set up a more concerted attack on this Northeastern side. Breakout's been fine. Not crisp, but fine. But they need to be a little less frantic in the offensive zone. Here's here's Ella Herzog. There's a hidden 1 on that sleeve. Herzog ran into traffic on her way out the zone. This pushed free by Jules Fuchs, recovered in front of the Northeastern blue line by Clements. Taken away by Fuchs, driven from neutral ice. In behind the Northeastern goal. 100 seconds have gone by in the third period. Marzano, marked by Lonergan, could not get a shot away from the high slot. Here's Lonergan into a 2-on-4 drop pass. Puck thrown in by the red-capped Clements, but into net front traffic and subsequently cleared by the Hens. Bonfilio, a cross-ice pass to Camerata, bounced over her stick. Camerata trails back to center to lob this back into the Northeastern zone under resistance from Abby Pearson. Amelie Perez, deep in her own zone. Recovers. Pushes this forward to Lemberg. Lemberg cuts over the center dot. Looks like the Hens got away with one. The toe drag from Hill I don't think was enough to keep her onside, but play continues on. Stephanie Beeman says that was a clean entry. Luzon racing the puck behind the Northeastern goal. She takes a hit from Leonard behind the cage. Puck rolls to the near point, which is held by Ella Herzog. This beyond the reach of Luzon. Pushed clear by Leonard, back to center. Toscano could not cleanly center to Kinley. She gives way at center to Paige Luzon. This is whistled to a halt with 17:12 to go. I don't know how this is an icing after the goalie made the effort to play the puck. Granted, McFadden was still in the crease, so that could be it, but in any case, the Hens get an attacking zone draw, but they can't make much happen of it. Cartwright, swatted at by Kellner. Up the right wing boards to Fuchs. Cartwright clears. Puck volleyed back and forth across the blue line. Now pushed by Marzano to the near wall, walked in by Jules Fuchs. Charles, very close to offside on the zone entry, and now she's back to her own line to recover. Lemberg, off the skate of Herzog to Jules Fuchs, the Pittsburgher. 1-on-4. Fuchs the lone blue hen, the rest change. as we work our way to the 4-minute mark of period number 2. Paulus's advance stonewalled by Lemberg, and this will be called offside. 16:09 to go in period number 3 from Fred Rust Arena. Northeastern with a pair of goals thanks to Haley Kim and Kate Kinley. And play stays a neutral ice after Lemberg pushes the puck back to center. Obey takes it away. She shoots from just inside the left dot, but she was missing her mark. Pretty wide to the right. Menichilo's got the puck tied up in front of her own bench. Emerging with it is Obey again. Cross ice feed to Paulus. Ricochets off the near boards. Paulus caroms this below the goal to Obey. She is slowed up by the reaching stick of Bonfilio. Now Lemberg tries to strip the puck from her. She creates enough resistance. Centering pass did make it on the doorstep to McDonald, but she was ultimately boxed out, and Amelie Perez takes some heat out of a hot kitchen, flipping this puck to Izzy Camerata. She sends it up ice. It will come back in icing with 15 minutes and 19 seconds to go in period number 3 from Fred Rust Arena. Still a 2-0 game. Advantage the Huskies of Northeastern. Face-off will come to the right of Kaylee McFadden, who has stopped 10 of 12 Husky shots to this point. Riley Lemberg in for the face-off across from Clements. As we see the combination of Lonergan, Kim, and Clements on for Northeastern. They accounted for the second Husky goal of the night. 5 minutes gone in the third period. Neither side with a shot on goal so far in the third. Not by our count. A lot of shots, but most of them well wide. This chance from Leonard was blocked. Follow-up from Pearson was off its target altogether. The sophomore Paige Luzon with time and space up the right side. Bats the puck up ice. Hill, a little aggressive on the cherry pick there. Will be called back offside, and this is going to go all the way back to in front of the Delaware blue line. The offside pass comes back to the face-off dot behind where the pass originated from. So a lot of territory lost by the Blue Hens here with 14:20 to go in period number 3 and a 2-0 deficit still to try to erase. Marzano steals the puck from Olivia Toscano, trying to cut up the middle of the Delaware zone. Long shot from Hill, well off its mark. Olympus controls the rebound. She passes behind her own goal to Thomas. Kinley advances up the right wing boards. This is pushed back to center. Volleyed back in by Danny White. She gets one on net. Steadied and turned aside by McFadden. Cartwright's breakout did not connect. Lemberg blew a tire after gaining her own line. The cross-ice pass intended for Charles was not there. This dumped in and covered by Kaylee McFadden for a break in the action with 13 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the third. And her Delaware Blue Hens trailing the Huskies of Northeastern University 2-0. They'll do it all again tomorrow. Game time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Here on the Delaware Hockey Network. That's an approximate time. After tomorrow's Men's Division II game between the Blue Hens and Stevenson. And we'll take a look at that upcoming schedule right now with the puck out of play in the Delaware bench area. 3:15 p.m. Delaware Men's Division II Blue Hens against Stevenson. And then round about 6:30, these two teams will meet again. The Huskies and the Blue Hens to close out our weekend of ACHA coverage from Fred Rust Arena on the 412 and on the Delaware Hockey Network. Slap shot from Pearson over the crossbar and good. That went through the rafters into the back netting behind McFadden. And the face-off comes to the left of McFadden with 12:36 to go in regulation. Puck tied up at the near half wall of the Delaware zone. Trying to work it free was Fuchs. Herzog manages to clear it to center. Sarah Leonard turns this back deep into the Delaware end. And Billett pulls back behind her own goal across to D partner Ella Herzog. But this forechecking pressure continues to wreak havoc on Delaware's breakout. Obey swarming both Herzog and Billett. Menachilo could not field the outlet pass up the left wing boards. Billett tries to throw this across ice. There, a third Northeastern goal off the redirect. Ay, ay, ay. Net front battles not going the Hens' way tonight. We're going to watch it again on the 412 Communications replay. So particulars to come on the third Northeastern goal. And they're looking for a fourth. This shot from Lonergan could not get past McFadden. Appeared to be Lonergan on the goal. And we'll get the partics here. Certainly squared away momentarily. Ten and a half to go. Northeastern 3, Delaware 0. Charles working up the right side. This comes back to Herzog. Nope, that's Sarah Leonard with the goal, friends. And her first of the season. The Northeastern goal, first of the season, scored by number 16, Sarah Leonard. Assisted by number 18, Haley Kim. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 27 seconds in the third period. Leonard's first from Kim at 8:27. .908 remaining. In this closing period. And time running out for the Blue Hens. Pearson works this ahead to McDonald. Bonfilio protects the point, but she was well outnumbered. Pearson through traffic caroms this to Paulus. Advanced by McDonald. In over the Delaware line, but she's stripped of the puck by Bonfilio. Bonfilio stood up trying to clear. Obey. Swarming Perez behind the net. Perez flips the puck over the stick of Paulus up the near corner boards. Perez back again to Bonfilio. Hill winds up, clears over the reaching glove of Lonergan. No icing here. We're down to the final 8 minutes of the game. Northeastern with a 3-0 lead over the Delaware Blue Hens. And a puck out of play gives us another chance to catch our breath. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. Schedule your free consultation by calling 302-466-5664. That's 302-466-LONG, or visit injuryde.com. The law office of Heather A. Long, presenting partner of the Delaware Hockey Network and the official personal injury lawyer of the Delaware Hockey Network. 7:10 to go. Camerata up the right wing wall, off the feed from Charles. Got tied up mid-zone, this taken away and cleared by Limpus. Huskies change. Perez up the left wing boards to Hope Menachilo. She cleared the zone, but only by 5 feet before giving the puck away to Toscano. This driven back behind the Delaware goal, where Herzog chips the puck beyond the reach of a pair of Husky forecheckers. Here's Charles gaining center before letting one rip into the near corner of the Northeastern zone. Down to the final 6.5 of this contest. Huskies with a 3-0 lead over the Blue Hens. Another puck out of play on the neutral zone. Brings us another pause in the action. We'd be remiss if we didn't say that the game ops crew at Fred Rust Arena has a wicked sense of humor. Wickedly dry, that is. Perez to Menachilo, 2-on-2. She tried to throw one on net from the left dot, but that shot was stick-checked offline by Engel. Here's Marzano trying to cut through traffic, but she's pickpocketed at the dot by the reaching stick of the New Hampshire native Lauren Thomas. This advanced by Kellner. Steered behind the net by Perez. Further pressure comes from Marzano. Marzano recovers the puck. It was directed back to her by Bonfilio. She gains the center line. She throws on the brakes, launches the puck the rest of the way up ice, and hustles off for a change. The Charles Lemberg line on now. Hill working with them, as we haven't seen Liana Patrick in action here in the third period. Cross slot pass from Charles to Hill. The Michiganders could not connect. Lemberg to Herzog. She's got space up the right side. She takes aim from 65 feet. Caroline Davis holds. And we've got a pause with 4:53 to go. In a 3-0 hockey game advantage, the Huskies of Northeastern University. Solid net minding all night long from Caroline Davis. Now with 17 saves on 17 shots. Huskies looking for a fourth, and they get it. Emily Paulus adding insult to injury. Walking in and firing from point-blank range to make this a 4-0 contest. Paulus for her third of the season taking this coast to coast. She beats Bonfilio. She punches one under the right leg of Kaylee McFadden. And that's going to, with all likelihood, seal it for the Northeastern Huskies. Northeastern goal, third of the season, scored by number 11, Emily Paulus. Time of the unassisted goal, 15 minutes, 17 seconds in the third period. Paulus is third, unassisted, at 15:17. .412 to go in regulation. Thomas stick handling for space through the puck through the slot. Izzy Camerata manages to work this clear. Hens just looking to finish on a strong note and reset for tomorrow. After a pair of easy wins over Westchester to open the bill, Navy, Liberty, and now Northeastern, presenting as a trio of formidable opponents for this Delaware squad. And the injuries from the Lynchburg road trip certainly no help, with Downing, Huddy, Janowski, Murto all sidelined, and Patrick joining them here in the third period. Final 3 minutes remaining. And Kinley's got her second. Kinley roofs one again. And it's 5-0 in favor of Northeastern. 35 feet, Kate Kinley. The Mainer with time and space galore. And if Elvis was just heading to the exit after the fourth Northeastern goal, he's certainly left the building by now. Make it 6. Kate Schmidt walks in for another. Schmidt going top shelf. The wheels just falling off now for the Blue Hens. And we'll watch that again here to confirm particulars. Bonfilio turned it over. And that 6th goal will be credited unassisted. Northeastern's 5th goal, 2nd of the season in the game, scored by number 20, Kate Kinley. Assisted by number 2, Kara Hort, and number 5, Danny White. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 12 seconds of the 3rd period. Kinley's second of the game, from Hort and White at 17:12. Northeastern's 6th goal, 1st of the season, scored by number 13, Kate Schmidt. Time of the unassisted goal, 17 minutes, 28 seconds in the 3rd period. Schmidt's first unassisted at 17:28. So the rest all for naught, for all intents and purposes. As we enter the final 70, Marzano tries to break up the outlet pass from Engel. We've entered the final minute of play. Wraparound chance from Charles. Stonewalled by Davis, who just recorded save number 18. Down to the final 35. This puck is tied up to the right of McFadden's office. Muscled free by Bridget Obey, who's been kept off the score sheet tonight, despite coming into this game with 4 goals and 3 helpers. Stella Knight, far corner. Marzano recovers for Delaware. We're down to the final 15. Hill plays this up the middle. Charles lost her stick. In a move reminiscent of Marty Straka, she tries to kick the puck deep into the Northeastern zone to gain territory, but it's taken away at the near half wall. Final seconds tick away, and that, friends, will do it from Fred Rust Arena. Tonight's final score: the Northeastern University Huskies 6, Delaware Blue Hens 0. Final shots on goal: Northeastern 21, Delaware 18. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game, presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Tonight's 3rd star with a goal and an assist for Northeastern, number 18, Haley Kim. Tonight's 2nd star with an 18-save shutout for Northeastern, number 30, Caroline Davis. And tonight's number 1 star with a pair of goals for the Northeastern Huskies, number 20, Kate Kinley. So these 2 teams will do it again tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. as the Blue Hens drop to 2-3-1 on the season, and Northeastern improves to 2-0-1. So Kate Kinley with a pair of bookend goals, providing 33% of the front end power. And Caroline Davis with the backstopping. An 18-save shutout, propelling the Huskies to a 6-0 win over the Blue Hens. For Grace, for Eli, for the whole crew, this is James Witherite saying thanks for your company. We'll do it all again tomorrow as these 2 teams meet again in the second half of a Sunday doubleheader on the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by Heather A. Long. Good night.